Right now, city leaders in Whitewater are calling on President Joe Biden's administration to help them with the city's challenges related to a, quote, rapid increase in the population of immigrants arriving from Nicaragua and Venezuela. In a letter, officials explain that Whitewater has seen an influx of around 800 to 1,000 immigrants since early 2022. In 2021, Whitewater had a population of about 14,000. The city says the extra people have put a strain on their existing resources. Communication, transportation, housing, and documentation concerns have been some of the city's top obstacles. Officials say they need additional staffing and resources to fund programs aimed at improving the quality of life for the immigrant population. When I sat down with Governor Evers this week, I asked him how state government could help jurisdictions like Whitewater obtain those resources. That's how we'll begin the second half of my interview with the governor. So this past week, the city of Whitewater drafted and sent a letter to President Joe Biden to ask for help to address an immigrant-related challenge that they're having there. They've had an influx of immigrants come into the city the last couple of years. Other jurisdictions in Wisconsin have expressed concerns over dealing with similar challenges. Part of that is rising crime, but Whitewater specifically notes housing issues, transportation, communication issues. Have you had any conversations with local officials about some of these challenges?
Sure, but I'll point to a different city that in that area, Delavan. They have a 40% Latino population there, and yes, do they have more Latino folks wanting to move there? Yes. What are they doing? They're embracing it. They're embracing it. The downtown Delavan looks a lot different than it did 4 years ago, and the mayor there and others feel, and the Common Council feel very confident that this is a good thing. And so what I'm just saying is that, yes, we need to make sure that people are welcome here in Wisconsin, but we also have to make sure that that they have the resources needed to be helpful.
And that's exactly the point Whitewater is making in this open letter to the president. They are welcoming this population and want to work on integration, but they are struggling with those resources. So they've asked the federal government for help. Is there anything state government can do in the meantime to help provide certain resources?
Yeah, well, and we have done that. We've opened during the pandemic, and subsequent to that, we brought federal money to the table around making, if people want to open up a business in a small business, they can do it. Many of those 9,400 businesses that opened up since that time, many of them are that Latino folks or other folks that are new to the area. So we've been doing that. We're continuing to do that. And I'm glad Whitewater is understanding that they welcome, but we also make sure that we can help them transition to a better place there.
Does Wisconsin have a plan for the potential for migrants to be bused into cities here, similar to like we are seeing in other Democratic cities like Chicago right now? Governor Abbott from Texas has, over the last several months, been busing these migrants across the country. And Madison and Milwaukee are very prominent Democratic-led cities in Wisconsin. Is Wisconsin planning for that eventuality? Could it happen?
Yeah, well, we're hoping that the governor of Texas realizes that that's a stunt and not good policy. But assuming that he can't figure that out, we've worked with local folks to especially find temporary housing and that sort of thing. And so there are things in place that if that happens, we will be able to react to it. But at the end of the day, this is something that the federal government, and they're already, just recently the president and others have been interacting with the Mexican government, and hopefully we can find a better way to do this. But we will be prepared when that happens. We've been in conversations with local folks. It's primarily making sure that they have a place to stay.
When you're deciding whether or not to run for re-election in 2026, what are some of the questions that you're asking yourself?
Well, do I still like the job?
Do you?
Yes, I do. But and we've had some significant, people. Every time I say this, I know there's people who say, "Oh my gosh, that connect with my reality. But we've had some good bipartisan things. You know, the Brewers Stadium, shared revenue was huge, changing the world as far as how municipalities are run. So I think we've done a lot of good things collaboratively, and I feel good about the job that we've done as an administration. However, I'm waiting at least, it's way too early to say right now.
So when I ask you, are you running for re-election, what is that answer?
That answer is I haven't decided. But I do feel that we've had some good wins over the last couple of years, and I'm looking forward to what it's going to look like with new maps.
Governor, thanks so much for taking some time to be with us this morning.
Appreciate it. Thank you.